Now we are live, I think, so can start now. Hello, everyone. This is Mohammad Sufian. I am the regional manager at in2synergy supporting the Montfort University. Today we are going to start an exclusive and informative live session. We are happy to inform you that we have three special guests who will be delivering the constructive and related information for those who are interested to study in UK and particularly in the Montfort University. So first of all, I would like to have a few words from Mr. Mohammad Miah, CEO in2synergy, and our live session will start from Mohammad Miah. Please, Mohammad.
Thank you, Sufian. Hello, everyone. This is Mohammad Miah, CEO of in2synergy Limited. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you, Sufian. So, in Bangladesh, in2synergy are pioneering in providing a strategic solution to global education institution into emerging market. in2synergy started a journey earlier this year. We are providing education institution wants to come to Bangladesh and they want to enter the market, they want to local presence, they want to promote their institution locally and recruit international quality students. So that's why we developed this company and we are providing this service three education institutions, University of Portsmouth, Ulster and Montfort University. So we are very excited. We are at the pioneer positions. No other institution actually providing this service in Bangladesh at the moment. So we are not like an agent. It's like we are providing the infrastructure to the education institution who wants to come to Bangladesh and explore Bangladesh market. As you know, the Bangladesh is developing country status now, and GDP and economic growth is promising. We are so excited with this project, and as a CEO, and hope we'll be providing the best support to the education institutions who are already involved. We are very much excited for the Montfort University, and we will be providing all the necessary support to promote Montfort University locally in Bangladesh. You just heard from the Abu Sufian. Abu Sufian is the regional manager at in2synergy, supporting Montfort University, and he'll be the main point of contact at in2synergy promoting Montfort University. So very exciting time for us, and we'll be providing all the necessary support necessary for the Montfort. So I hope my colleague Martin and Joe will shortly join, and we'll be talking more details about our partnership and about the university, and also international students who already joined. You have any question, you can ask. I'm happy to answer, and as well as my colleague Martin and Joe. So thank you, Sufian.
Welcome, sir. So student, those who are watching our live, can you share the live on your Facebook page, and then your friends and family and other students, those who are interested to study in UK, they will get information from the Martin and Joe as well, and they will provide the information related to higher study in UK. Now I would like to request to come up Mr. Martin Booth, who is the basically responsible for European Union and UK International and Regional of South Asia market. And Mr. Martin Booth, how are you?
Oh, very well. Thanks very much for that introduction. Yeah. My name's Martin Booth, and so obviously I work here at Montfort University in the international office, and I'm responsible for supporting quite a lot of areas globally, as you specifically mentioned, the South Asia region, and particularly Bangladesh. And obviously, along with my team, we're very pleased to be developing that market and supporting students along with in2synergy. With taking students sort of that process through to not only joining the university academically, but navigating the visa process, which we realise can be a little bit daunting when you perhaps don't know about how to go about that. But obviously working very closely with organisations such as in2synergy they can help us and help you to make sure that that process is as simple as possible. Before we go into the main presentation, I thought if it's okay, I might just touch on a few key things about the university, and then maybe I could briefly talk about the situation with the COVID virus in the UK, which I have to say is looking pretty good. So if we're just talking about the university, I think probably one of the really key things to consider is that Montfort University, obviously we're based in Leicester. We're just over an hour north from London by train, so we're fairly close to the capital. We're about 40 minutes from Birmingham, which is the second biggest city in the UK. So we're quite close to some of the biggest cities, and we're a pretty big city ourselves. But anyone who knows anything about Leicester will know that what Leicester's really known for is being an international city. But more specifically than that, and why it's really relevant to Bangladeshi students, is there's a very, very large South Asian community who are living in Leicester, and who have been, to be honest, living in Leicester for many, many years. In fact, maybe I could briefly say my wife's family are from a South Asian background. So myself, that's why I'm in Leicester. So it's a really good bonus plus for students who are thinking about studying at the university, because not only do they know that we're a good university, but they know that they're going to be really at home and comfortable living in the city. So whether that be mixing with people from back home, buying foods, religious practices, whatever that might be, yourselves and your families know that you're going to be very at home here. And I think arguably that really makes us probably the best city in terms of South Asian Bangladeshi students in the UK. So it's a really, really key point, because obviously you're coming to study, but you're going to be living in the UK and you're going to be living in the city. So it's important that you know that you're going to be very, very at home and happy here. In terms of the university, obviously we have a very large British student community, but also international students are very, very important to us as well. We have students from over 135 global countries. So once again, students who are joining us, they're going to have the opportunity to mix with people from back home, British students, but also students from literally all over the world. In terms of your kind of academic and experience in terms of your future prospects, having the opportunity to mix with people and cultures from all around the world, I really must say is a really big plus and a bonus. In terms of the city, once again, Leicester was voted last year as one of the top 3 cities in the UK in terms of student affordability. Obviously, your average student, you're not in full-time work. That means generally you're going to be on a budget. So knowing that we are one of the top 3 cities in the UK in terms of student affordability, you know that you're going to be able to have a good quality of living. You're going to have some excellent accommodation without paying a lot of money. And that's really key, because obviously making sure that you're successful in your studies is also making sure that you're comfortable in your living accommodation and you're not struggling and those types of things financially. So that's another important point. In terms of the university, we have around about 400 programs. We have 4 very large faculties, and we're teaching across many different levels. It's not by accident that many of those 400 programs will tend to be the kinds of programs that students, international students, South Asian, Bangladeshi students will be thinking about studying when you're thinking about maybe coming to the UK and obviously Montfort University. I wouldn't say that we will always have every subject for every student, but I would suggest that in most cases, when you start talking to in2synergy and talking about coming to study in the UK and the areas that you want to study in, I would expect that in most cases we will have either that program for you, or if we don't, they'll be able to offer you something quite similar from our program offer. So that's a really important point as well. But I think arguably the most important aspect for students in terms of the university is our statistics around employability. Obviously, when students are planning to come and study in the UK, you're going to be making quite a significant investment. That's an investment financially. Obviously, you have to pay to come, you have to pay to live, you have to pay for your tuition fees. But also you're making investment in your time. You're leaving your home, you're leaving your family and friends, and you're coming to study in the UK for a period of time. We have an employment statistic, which is 97.3%. So what that basically means is that within 6 months of students finishing their study program, 97.3% of those students have either gone into graduate type employment related to their subject area or have gone on to further higher education. That 97.3%, obviously it's a very high percentage, but I'm pleased to say that's higher than the average of universities in the UK, but also it's actually quite a bit higher than some of the very highest ranked universities here in England as well. So I think what students and their parents know that when you make that investment in terms of a financial cost to come to the UK and that time to come to the UK, that you know that you're going to get at the end of that a return on your investment in terms of that employability. So that's, I think, a really good and key point. So that's all I really wanted to talk to you about from a university aspect. But I thought it would also be worthwhile touching base on the COVID situation in the UK. Obviously, the virus and the pandemic has been affecting us everywhere in the world. I'm very, very pleased and optimistic to say that in terms of England and the UK, we're doing really incredibly well. All of the statistics in terms of people being infected, people in hospital are really significantly down. Also, as you probably know from the news, we've had a number of vaccines that started to be rolled out at the end of December. I think almost the entire adult population over 50 has been given their first vaccine. And in fact, yesterday there was a record number of second vaccines given to people. I think it was just under 500,000. So obviously what they're doing is, those have been given out to the most vulnerable people, but we're already seeing in terms of the numbers that because those people are being protected, the numbers of people being infected is really improving really significantly. In fact, amazingly, today actually is the first day of our partial release from the lockdown that we've been in, and we're expecting that there's going to be a complete release from any kind of lockdown or protection in terms of people's day-to-day activities by June. So that's really key. But I think in terms of talking about students and our next intake, which is September, the really key thing is that we would expect by September, in fact, we'd expect well before September, because things are already so good, that students will be able to travel to the UK to join us here in Leicester. They'll be able to, study in the normal way, have face-to-face lectures and those types of things. But I think crucially really have a kind of normal student experience in terms of being able to, meet people, move around the city, travel around, go and see different parts of the UK, etc. So it's really important to know that, students, the UK and Leicester and the university is really going to be very much a safe place to be. And it's very important that that you really start, if you want to come and join us in September, that you kind of start that journey now. I think one of the things that we have to say is that there were quite a few students last year, because of the pandemic, who didn't join the university, decided to stay at home. And we're seeing that many of those students are starting to plan to come study instead this year. And obviously we have the students who are planning to come this year also looking to join us. And that's being added to because of our great COVID situation, but also we have the 2-year post-study work visa, which Joe will talk about in a few minutes. So we're seeing a lot of students very interested in coming to study with us. So obviously, we're a very large university. We have around about 23,000 students, but we do only have a certain number of students that we can teach at one time. So it's very important that if you're thinking about coming to join us, that you start that journey now. Frankly, the people who apply first and confirm their places first will be the ones and the lucky ones who can join us. But we can talk about that in a little bit more detail. But anyway, that's all from me. So I'm going to pass back. But before I do that, just want to say, Joe's going to do a little bit more of a detailed presentation on the university. And then at the end of the session, we'll go into sort of question and answer. So any questions you have, please share those in the chat or share those at the end. And we'll be very, very pleased to answer those for you. So thanks very much for your time. I just want to say once again, that international students, South Asian, Bangladeshi students are very important to us. And the reason we're here today is to really support you on that journey in partnership with in2synergy, who are really one of our key partners in Bangladesh. And we've really been working and worked very closely with them. So thanks very much, and I'll pass back now. Thank you.
Mr. Martin, thank you for putting some informative comments regarding university location. I mean, Leicester is good location for international students, particularly South Asian students, and you also put some information regarding COVID-19 situation now in UK. And thank you so very much overall your introduction. We are waiting just lovely presentation from Joel. I think Joe is present a good presentation for Bangladeshi student right now. So before that, Joe, how are you? How was your weekend?
I'm very well, thank you, Sufian. Very, very, very kind words as well. Yeah, the weekend was good. I went out with some friends, walked around the park and so on. And I think today as well, as Martin said, we can go outside and as you can see, my hair right now is very long, and I'm getting a haircut later today. But yeah, everything is good. We're very excited for, of course, the session today with in2synergy, and very much look forward to working closely with you all in the foreseeable future. So yeah, I'm going to share my screen with you all now.
Yeah, sure. You can share your screen and with your presentation. I think it would be very fruitful for Bangladeshi student. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sufian. Just bear with me 2 seconds. My computer is a little bit slow at the best of times. Just bear with me 2 moments. Okay, so can you just let me know if you can see that, please, Sophia?
Yeah, we are seeing your screen, no problem.
That's great, thank you. And so of course, following on from of course the discussion there from Sufian and Mohammad Miah and Martin Booth as well. Welcome to the session today at Montfort University. I'm going to give you a presentation which should take about 15 or so to 20 minutes. We're going to keep it very high level, but just in the right hand corner you can see the TEF Gold. So in 2017 we were awarded TEF Gold by the UK government, which is something we're really proud of. And one of the components for that was because, of course, our employability success. So 97.3% of our students are either in full-time employment or continued studies 6 months after graduation. So for any students that are watching right now, that should really give you the confidence that when you come to the Montfort University, you're not only going to have a really great education, you're going to have a great experience, but you're also going to gain the skills necessary for you then to go on into the workplace and really thrive. Okay, so this slide here just shows you, sorry, just one, Sufian, would you mind maybe muting your mic, please? Because I think there's a little bit of feedback.
Sure.
Cheers, thank you, thanks. And so yeah, this slide here just basically summarizes everything about the Montfort University. Of course, as Martin has already spoken in a little bit of detail, but crucially, the fact that we're based in Leicester, it's only 1 hour away from London. It's very centrally located. It's 40 minutes from Birmingham, 30 minutes from Nottingham. So if you wanted to go anywhere pretty much in the UK, it's not going to take you that long, whether you want to visit family members or friends, or you want to visit different cities at the weekend. It's a really good spot with some really key, good network, train network links and motorways. So we have over 27,000 students. And as Martin mentioned, they're from around 135 different countries. So it's a very diverse student population. So you're not only going to have a British experience, but you're going to learn from people from all over the world. And that's not only going to help you at an individual level, but can help you with your future career as well, with connections and whatnot. So this slide here is all about our campus.
Joe, can I just interrupt you? Sorry, Joe, I don't think your slides are moving forward. I think we had that problem before. I think what you need to do is come out, start the slideshow again, but don't put it in. Oh, it moved then. Yeah. Okay.
Can you see it now? I'll just
yeah. Yes, it's moving now. Yeah.
That's great. Thanks.
Thank you. Sorry.
Thanks. Okay, so yeah, this slide here is all about our campus. As you can see, in the top left-hand corner is a photo of the Vijay Patel building just over here, which was spent £58 million renovating in recent years, and it's absolutely amazing. As I said, I went for a walk with my friends yesterday, and we walked past the campus, and especially on a nice summer's day, it's absolutely beautiful. So on the left-hand side here, you can see the River Soar. You can see the green spaces where all of our students, will socialise with each other on the sunny and dry days. On the right-hand side, you can see the Queen's Building, which was opened by, of course, the Queen Elizabeth, many years ago, and this is where our computing, engineering and media courses are taught. Bottom left-hand corner, you can see a photo of the magazine square, which historically used to be the main trading port in Leicester. And just on the right-hand side behind the trees is our Hugh Aston building, which is where we teach our business and law courses. Top right-hand corner, you can see a photo of the Trinity House. It actually used to be a hospital many years ago and is where our Vice-Chancellor and legal team are now based. On the bottom right-hand corner, you can see a photo of the Hawthorne building, which is the oldest building on campus. And it's where we teach our health and life science courses. So this slide here just summarizes some of the investments we've made in recent years. And to be honest, we have spent around £136 million, and that's probably higher now with some of the recent investments we've made to further enhance, your experience here. So we have spent 58 million, as I said, on the art, design and architecture complex, and it's a beautiful building. And we spent 8 million on the sports centre. We have a sports excellence centre now where, if there are any aspiring or prospective sports students watching this session, it could be a good place for you to really excel outside of your studies as well. Here's a brief slide about our accommodation. So you can see on the photos there the range that we have available. I think the two big giveaways from our accommodation is that number one, they're guaranteed for all international students, and number two, they're within 5 to 10 minute walk away from our campus. So it's really convenient for you, and you can be rest assured that you're really going to have the environment for high performance and for you to really achieve whilst you're studying here. Another thing as well is that you don't have to, let's say you have the option of choosing both university-owned accommodation or private accommodation. So private accommodation is of course slightly cheaper, so you're looking at maybe £90 to £100 a week. But of course with the university accommodation, it's a little bit more expensive, but you've got the security, you've got reception, you've got maintenance and so on. So it's just a few things to consider there. Here's a slide all about Leicester City, the city itself. In the top left-hand corner, of course, you can see the Leicester City football team who won, of course, the Premier League in 2016 and also having a very good season as well this year. The bottom left-hand corner, you can see a photo of, or a statue of King Richard III. His remains were actually found about a 2-minute walk away from our campus, and it was a very proud moment for the city once they discovered his remains. And now we have a museum commemorating his life. So that's just a good chance for you to learn more about local Leicester and British history and culture. The top middle there is a photo of the beautiful historic park, Bradgate Park. It's about a 15-minute drive away from our campus, so you can feed, of course, swans. You can see wild deer roaming around the grounds. It's just a really picturesque place to go to. And to be honest, we do have around 4 to 5 different parks within a 10-minute walk away from our campus as well, and they are amazing, especially when you want some downtime away from your studies. See, on the far right corner here, you have a photo of the National Space Centre. So this Space Centre is about a 10-minute walk away from our campus. It's a really good place for you, especially if you're interested in space, with the thing with SpaceX, Elon Musk and whatnot. And, if you're interested in studying aeronautical engineering or air transport management here, it could be a great chance for you to learn more and could be a source of motivation. As well as this, we have the High Cross Shopping Centre. So you can see the photo here. And we've got a range of clothing shops, restaurants, cinema, crazy golf centre. And only recently, they just opened up a bowling alley, which has a capacity to host around 1,000 people. So it's a really exciting time for the city of Leicester, with lots of developments as well along the riverside in terms of for offices and also leisure activities for people to take part in. Outside of the shopping centre, moving towards the centre of the city, we also do have a fresh fruit and veg market, so you can buy produce from scratch at a very affordable rate. We have supermarkets, we have other clothing shops and banks in the city centre. So it is of real convenience, and it'd be really, of course, as Martin said, Leicester was voted in the top 3 cities last year for affordability and quality of life for our students. Okay, so moving on to our faculties. So First of all, we've got the Business and Law School. So without a shadow of a doubt, it's probably the most popular faculty on campus. So just on the left-hand side, you can see some of the courses which we have available. Of course, the likes of business management and sport, marketing management, project management, and many more, of course. And on the right-hand side, you can just see some of the pointers. So for example, we have a Bloomberg trading system, which is linked to the Wall Street Stock Exchange within our business school. So for any economics or accounting and finance students, that could be a really good chance for you to actually apply your skills in a kind of artificial / real life environment. We also do have the Leicester Castle Business School, which is an extension of the business and law faculty, and it's where we teach our postgraduate business courses. And in recent years, we have invested £4.2 million renovating the old castle, which is actually, that has the longest running courtroom in the whole of the UK. So that's something we're extremely proud of. And I think on the right hand side, you can actually see a small photo of the courtroom. So it's really amazing. It's really something we are proud of. And I guess this environment here gives any prospective postgraduate students a real strong and flourishing environment for you to thrive. You know, we know that you're serious students, you want to really progress and develop your career. And just in the bottom right hand corner, we have space as well for networking opportunities and events. So when you come to campus, there will be a chance for you to speak to local and national companies, especially with a post-study work visa, where you could potentially speak to them. You gain experience of how you can communicate with prospective employers, and who knows, you might get an opportunity to work with them. In terms of the courses within this school itself, we have the likes of Global MBA, which is an entry-level MBA, and you don't necessarily need to have experience. So that could be a really good consideration for you. We've got Project Management, MSc, we've got Intercultural Business Communications, and we do have links to a Japanese university where we have a visiting lecturer. So that could be with that knowledge there, that could help you if you wanted to do, let's say, cross-cultural business. We also have a really exciting course called Air Transport Management. And the two program leaders themselves have 30 years experience in the industry and are very well connected. And I guess for you as a prospective student, you don't need to come from a particular background for that course. You can come from business, geography, engineering, and so on, as long as your experience and your profile is relevant. As well, that course itself, we are the only UK university to be teaching the Air Transport Management course in the UK, in our business school, rather than our engineering faculty. And the course itself is around £14,600. So compared to other universities, it's significantly cheaper. Okay, so moving on to our computing, engineering, and media faculty. So this is as well another faculty we're very proud of. And I think within the UK, we are renowned for our computing courses, especially. They are all developed in conjunction with industry experts such as Rolls-Royce, Airbus, and Deloitte. And only recently, the Cybersecurity and Cyber Technology MSc courses were accredited by the National Cybersecurity Centre, of course, accredited by the UK government. So that's really significant. And for any prospective, computing students who are watching this right now, that should really give you the confidence that we have the relevant expertise, and also the accreditations really speak volumes, especially if you want to progress in your career and really thrive. Another thing as well is that according to Shanghai World Rankings 2020, the Montfort was voted in the top 1% for research citations when it comes to computing. So the two giveaways from that is that, number one, you're going to have a very research focused degree, and number two, you're going to be taught by the best in the business, the best in the industry. They can give you the advice and really support you when you're here. In addition to all of that, we do have a range of engineering courses, so aeronautical engineering, both for undergraduate, postgraduate, engineering management. We've got software engineering, mechatronics, mechanical engineering, energy engineering, and so on. In terms of media, we do have our own green screen room, so it's a really good opportunity for any prospective film and international media students who are watching right now. We've got journalism as well, digital effects. So that's something, and graphic design, of course, and that's something we're really proud of here at Montfort University. Here's a photo of a couple of our students as well. study in computer games production. Okay, so we're moving on to health and life science faculty. So for the last over 100 years now, we've been teaching pharmacy at De Montfort University. So for international students, there is the option of M.Pharm at the undergraduate level. But what's really quite exciting as well is that we have a subset of pharmacy courses like pharmaceutical quality by design, pharmaceutical biotechnology, and pharmaceutical cosmetics. And in the era of COVID-19, and with the emphasis now being on life sciences, that could be a really good opportunity for any prospective students who are interested in doing something pharmacy related, as your career is going to be really strong for a very long time. We do have adult nursing, BSc at the undergraduate level, but we have very limited availability for international students, and you do need to have an IELTS of 7 with 6.5 in the writing. But we do have international nursing and leadership, MSc. So this is more so for those nurses in Bangladesh who are looking to maybe progress your career to move forward. We do have the likes of biomedical science, so advanced biomedical sciences. We've got education, we've got nutrition BSc as well, and that's really exciting, especially right now. So we look at immunology, we look at the effects nutrition have on virus and our immune system. So that could be an option for students watching right now as well. Here's a photo of a couple of our students on placement. So I guess the fact that, of course, we work very closely with the NHS, that could be an opportunity for you as well to get either volunteering or real life experience, whilst you're studying here. Okay, so finally, we're moving on to our art and design faculty, which we, of course, touched on earlier in the presentation. And to be honest, the heartbeat of De Montfort University is our art and design school. We were founded as an art school over 150 years ago now. And the city of Leicester itself is a very textile orientated city. So we have lots of local and national companies based in Leicester who are heavy on textiles and the clothing industry. Just on the left hand side, you can see some of the courses that we have available. So we have the likes of architecture, architectural design, fashion and textiles, interior design, product designs, ceramics. And we also do have a combination of, let's say, business and fashion courses. So we look at the business side of fashion rather than the creative side of fashion. So for example, we have fashion management with marketing, MA. We have design management and entrepreneurship, and so on. So that's really something that's quite exciting. As well, we have close links to the clothing company Next, whose head office is based in Leicester. And many of our graduates have gone on to work there in the past, be it in merchandising, of course, in design or in textiles. Okay, so moving on to our food court. So this is right in the middle of the campus itself. And as you can see, it's very open plan. There's lots of space, especially now in the era of COVID, we can honor social distancing. And there's still a safe environment for you to hang out in bubbles with your friends. As well, we do serve halal food, so that should reassure any students that are watching right now. And just like to take the chance to, of course, wish everybody a happy Ramadan in advance for tomorrow. And I guess another good thing, about the food court is that as it's on campus, you don't need to go home or go into town to get food. You can finish your lecture or seminar, get some food which is pre-cooked, and if you have another class in half an hour or an hour, you don't have to rush. So that's really valuable. Here as well is a photo of our prayer room, and inshallah soon, hopefully, we can welcome everybody to socialize again within the prayer room. And I guess again we have the space. We can honor social distancing, and to reassure you that you will have an opportunity to build a community here, a brotherhood or sisterhood. You can make new friends, you can build a new, let's say, family away from home, and make new connections in Leicester and East Midlands. So that again is something of real note there. Here's a photo of one of our students as well, celebrating Eid Mubarak. So just wanted to show you that, of course, in the lead up to Ramadan and Eid. And hopefully, as things start to relax now, we can welcome our students back on campus as well, and we can celebrate together once more. Okay, so moving on to an initiative called DMU Global. And this is basically where we combine, or let's say encourage our students to combine your studies with international experience. And although because of what's going on right now, trips have been temporarily postponed globally, they will be reintroduced at some point. And it's just really a great opportunity for you to broaden your horizons, think outside of the box, learn new things, learn new languages, and come across people from different backgrounds. Okay, so in 2019, we actually went to New York, and over 1,000 of our students went there. Believe it or not, it was a mass trip. And this is what the students got up to. So in the top left-hand corner, mechanical engineering students went to the Grand Central Station. They got a chance to understand how it was built and how it's maintained to this day. Top right-hand corner, you got the business and law students who went to the United Nations. They got a chance to listen to key speakers from the UN. And some of the students got a chance to speak on stage about issues they were passionate about, be it global warming or pandemics and so on. Bottom left-hand corner, the journalism and media students went to the NBC studios. And the bottom right, students, the game art design students, went to the High Line. So it's a really good chance for them to try new things. They do things, of course, related to their course, but they went shopping and did sightseeing as well with their friends. So they're building memories. Okay, so as I mentioned at the start of the presentation, we were awarded TEF Gold a few years ago now, and we're very, very proud of that. And this slide here basically summarizes some of the key points. And I'm going to leave this slide here, of course, for you to read at your leisure as well. But I think the biggest takeaway from this slide is that DMU is the #1 university for numbers of Black, Asian, and minority ethnic students in highly skilled employment. So that should really give you, as the student watching right now, the confidence and reassurance that we are a university of inclusion. We have the staff on campus to facilitate and support students from, of course, Bangladesh, and of course who can speak the language and understand the culture as well. Okay, so moving on to our DATE testing. So this is the De Montfort Academic Test of English. So our online internal English test, which is UKVI accredited. So it's free of charge, which is fantastic. It's also modeled in a similar way to IELTS, but it's split over 2 days. So day 1, you'll have the reading and writing, and then day 2, you'll have a combined speaking and listening test. So in essence, it's a little bit more manageable than IELTS. And of course, we've shared the relevant material with brother Sufian and Mohammad Miah, who can share that with you and sit down and really go through the details. But I think the biggest takeaway for you, if you're considering applying to De Montfort University, is to kind of consult with in2synergy as soon as you can. They can help you move forward with your application, because you need to apply first before you can take the test. And we'll book you in for the test. You can prepare and you'll get your results within 5 to 7 working days. It's a really good option for international students, and it's free of charge as well, which is great. We also do have a range of pre-sessional English courses. And if you would like to find out more information, of course, you can consult with in2synergy. And you do need to secure an offer letter before you can apply for the pre-sessional English courses. Okay, so moving on to the next slide. This is all about our placement opportunities. So for all undergraduate students, there are placement options available. And only recently, in the last month or so, our placement team was actually voted the best in the UK in terms of, of course, providing outcomes and supporting our students. And we're very, very proud of that. We also do have the Front Runner program. And this is basically an opportunity for you to gain volunteering experience internally at different departments on campus. So you can learn, about the British working culture, you can learn new skills, you can network, and crucially get experience for you to grow and for your professional profile. For our postgraduate courses, we don't have an exclusive placement year option for you. And that's the same across the board in the UK right now, because we have the new post-study work visa, which guarantees you 2 years work experience unsponsored, which is fantastic news. But what we do have within our, let's say, postgraduate business school, individual-led projects which act in a very similar way to internships. So say, for example, we have the executive company project, and this is basically where we encourage you to be paired up with a local or national company in the UK, and you'll work with them over a 3-month period. They might say to you, I want you to do a marketing campaign, or I want you to set up an e-commerce website for me. And throughout those 3 months, you'll be in constant communication. You'll gain the skills, you'll gain the confidence. And who knows, with the new post-study work visa, you might then end up working with that company afterwards. So it's a really good chance for you to get those skills, get the experience. And another great thing is that the final result actually counts towards your grade. It's 60 credits, so that could really help, especially if you are more, let's say, attuned to the practical side of studying. Got the Global Intern, which is very closely linked to DMU Global, basically about encouraging you to be globally minded, learning new languages, which you can do at De Montfort. So you can learn Mandarin, Japanese, German, Spanish, Arabic, and so on, all free of charge. Okay, so this slide here just summarizes that we are inspired by industry. I'm going to keep it very high level, but we've got lots of accreditations which exempt you from let's say, post-study exams. And on the right-hand side, we do have over 2,000 work placements which are available every year, with close links to Leicester City Football Club, NHS, Channel 4, BBC, United Nations, IBM, and so on. This slide here just shows you some of the, let's say, display boards outside of the placement teams. So you've got the jobs, you've got the opportunities, and you've got booklets as well, like interview booklets, CV guides, assessment centers. So there's lots of support here for you. Okay, so this here is the entry criteria for Bangladesh. So of course I'm going to keep it here at a high level. But for the postgraduate, you've got the detail. Of course, it needs to be a 4-year bachelor's degree, and you've got the GPA requirements there. So if it's from BUET, minimum 55%, or a GPA 2.75 out of 4, and other good recognised universities, it will be 60% or 3 out of 4. And just to really be clear, the study gaps as well, from high school to undergraduate, it's a maximum 2 years. From undergraduate to postgraduate, it's a maximum 5 years. And within your personal statement, it's really crucial that you need to explain what you've been doing throughout those 3 or 4 or 5 years. Have you been working? Have you been building up towards promotion? Have you been volunteering or traveling, and so on? So it's just that's really important there. Of course, as well, you would need to provide an IELTS or equivalent. So we have the, of course, internal online English test here at De Montfort University. We are also accepting TOEFL Home Edition, Cambridge English, and Pearson. So that could be consideration, but of course, internal online is a really good option for you, as well as it's free and it's UKVI accredited, so it counts towards your CAS. Okay, so this slide here just summarizes the benefits for you as an international student at De Montfort. So on arrival, you'll have the free airport pickup. Then you'll have the International Welcome Week, which is a good chance for you to make new friends and feel kind of settled here in Leicester. Then you've got the buddy scheme, which is a chance for you to make new local friends as well as international friends. And then finally, you have access to free in-sessional academic English classes where you can build on your essay writing skills. You've got the Explore the UK scheme, which is where we take multiple trips down the United Kingdom. And then finally, as I've spoken about, DMU Global. Okay, so scholarships for our international students. So at a high level, again, the main scholarship is the £1,500 international scholarship. We also do have the £500 early deposit discount, but these two scholarships, so of course, total it's 2,000, but they're based on a first come, first served basis. So of course, once you've secured your unconditional, you need to pay your deposit, and then you'll secure your place and your scholarship. Got the Global MBA scholarship as well. So we have 4 scholarships available for this. It's £2,500. Of course, you need to submit an additional motivational letter justifying why. We also do have a sports scholarship as well. So for any sports individuals watching this session right now, that could be an option for you as well. And we also do have some others like inclusion, sustainability scholarship as well. We also do have the High Flyers scholarship for undergraduate students. So that could be worth consideration as well. So what I would just advise, if you would like further detail, just consult with, Mohammad Sufian or Mohammad Miah, and the team at in2synergy can of course move this forward, with you and support you further. Okay, so that brings an end to the presentation. I hope everybody watching found that informative. I guess if you do have any questions, we can explore that further. Thanks.
Thank you, Joe, for informative presentation for Bangladeshi student. You have covered all those things regarding university location, entry requirement, and popular subject scholarship as well. So, firstly, I would like to have a question to ask Mr. Mohammad Miah. So, how Bangladeshi student can benefit by
Hello, can you hear me? Sorry, I think.
Yes. Can you tell me how in2synergy help to Bangladeshi student to study in the Montfort University from next available intake, please?
Okay, thank you. Yes, we are very closely working with the Montfort University and supporting the Montfort University locally in Bangladesh. So our regional manager at in2synergy, Sufian, actually based in our in2synergy office in Uttara, is at 34 Sonargaon Janapath, 5th floor, and it's opposite Jom Tower. So I think it's opportunity for the Bangladeshi students actually to know more information about this university. You can connect with Abu Sufian, Mohammad Abu Sufian, who actually can help you with the informations. I think this way we're very much excited to promote the university, all the courses, all the facilities the university has to offer. As Joe and Martin mentioned, the city itself and the university is a gold-rated university, fantastic city to live in, diverse community. So I think it's a great opportunity for the students actually wants to come and study at the Montfort. And the team of the in2synergy and the regional manager at in2synergy supporting DMU based locally in Bangladesh. So I think it's a great opportunity for the students who wants to go and come and study at the Montfort. So we're very much excited for that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Joe, one more question. Joe, can you hear me? Okay,
Yes. Hey, sorry. Yeah.
Sure. There is a question. There are a lot of comments in our comment section. There is Mr. Nazir Hussain is asking me, do you accept AS level for direct UG admission without foundation?
Sorry, could you repeat that there, please?
Do you accept AS level for direct undergrad level admission without foundation?
So if they've completed the 2 years A level, then yes, we can consider them. But if it's just AS level, then they would need to complete their A levels or get a foundation. So if they've completed the 2 years A level, yes, we can consider those students.
Okay, how many subjects you were considering for direct admission for undergraduate level?
So
2 or 3 papers.
What do you mean? Sorry.
How many papers you are considering for direct admission in A level?
Okay, so for A level, the students would need, it would be like in accordance to the website. There's more information on there. It says that, 2 to 3 is a minimum. But of course, if they only have 2 A levels, they need to get A's in those because of course it weights the thing there. So what I would just as a baseline say, you would need 3 A levels with consistently good marks, which are in accordance to whatever the course requirements are.
Maybe I could also, I could maybe just jump in there as well. I think this is where, it's great that we're working with in2synergy because obviously students will have lots of little detailed questions like this, and we can certainly answer some of them here. But what I would suggest, any students who have specific questions like that, speak to the in2synergy team. They really know the ins and outs of that. If there's anything not too sure about, they can check with us. We can check with our admissions team. Yeah, please think, even though we can answer those now, if there's anything really specific like that, speak to the in2synergy team, and we can really help in partnership with them to take those forward. Thank you.
Okay. So one of the students is asking, do you accept the 7 years gap for postgraduate courses? I think you already mentioned that you are accepting only 5 years study gap for postgraduate level students. So Mr. Shakat was saying is getting the answer, and someone is asking for the do you accept the admission without IELTS?
So students would need an IELTS or equivalent. So of course if they don't have IELTS, they can take our online English test, which is free of charge and UKVI accredited. But if you also have TOEFL, Home Edition, or Pearson or Cambridge English, we can accept that as well.
Maybe I could, apologies for just jumping in once again, just to explain why students need to take IELTS or our free internal test. We talked a little bit about how we have some really good statistics around employability, and we make sure that when students join our programs that they can be very successful in those. It would be a mistake for us, and definitely a mistake for the student, if a student joined a program and they were going to perhaps struggle in their English, because it means that frankly they wouldn't do very well, maybe they wouldn't complete the course, and then that's a bad outcome for everyone. So I wouldn't really look at the English test as a sort of a test. It's an opportunity for students to know, and us to know also, that the students' level of English is appropriate so that they can be successful in their course. So I think that's the way to look at it. But in answer to that question, once again, we do have an alternative to IELTS, which is our internal free online date test. Speak to in2synergy once again, and they can organise getting you booked in for those after you sent in your application.
Okay. Thank you so much. Someone asking me, the Montfort University is a Russell Group University.
No, it's not a Russell Group University, but we are very proud that we're a TEF Gold accredited university.
Okay. So we are having some different kind of comments in our comment section. I will give the answer after having the session. This is a very simple question, so no need to give you the answer regarding the requirement, regarding the subject, regarding their session or IELTS or alternative IELTS as well. So no worries, I'll give their answer, no problem. So Mr. Martin, have you planned to visit in Bangladesh to meet a Bangladeshi student directly in future?
Well, it's funny you should say that, but I, like many people in the UK and around the world, have basically been working from home for a very long time. One of the things that we're really hoping and planning to do is to be able to travel very soon. I talked a little bit at the beginning about the vaccine rollout that's been happening very well in the UK. And to give you an example, I'm obviously I'm not very old. I like to think not, but I'm a little bit older than perhaps everyone else here. I've had my first vaccine already. In fact, I had it about a month ago.
That's good.
And I'm expecting to have my next one in about a month again. So on that premise, I should be very well protected in terms of myself, but also crucially, very well protected in terms of not catching the virus and being able to pass it on to someone else. So I'm optimistic that I'm going to be able to travel very, very soon, perhaps in the next 3 to 4 months. And absolutely, the very top of my list is to be traveling to Bangladesh and obviously joining sessions with in2synergy and potential students, which is very, very long overdue. So hopefully that answers your question. And I can absolutely assure you that Joe's the very same as well.
Yeah, I think Joe already discussed with me, because we have a plan. After situation is going fine, we will be visiting some of the English medium school here in Bangladesh, and private university, public university, and some of the autonomous organization here in Bangladesh, from where we can get the prospective students, those who are interested to complete their higher education from UK university, like the Montfort University, those who are TF Gold or ranked university, those universities providing some placement, 2,000 placement in a year, and university is the partnership with the United Nations, Google, Airbus as well, and NHS as well. So I think we are getting a good number of qualified students, those who are good students, those who have the academic results good, English level is good, and financially solvent. We are getting this kind of student, and this kind of student will choose the Montfort University, I'm pretty much sure. And Mr. Martin and Joe, you will get a good number of students from Bangladesh because you were gold-rated university. So is there any point from Mr. Mohammad Miah to ask Mr. Martin and Mr. Joe?
No, thank you. Actually, that was very informative information and the session. So lots of things to discuss. Thank you, Joe and Martin, for managing time. And as Ali said, that is a very exciting time. I'm very much excited with this project, and let's make it very successful. And I think partnerships is going to be okay. And all the support from our side, from the team, will be to promote Montfort University locally. And yes, so the students who joined us from Bangladesh, the team based in there and Abu Sufian there, will be able to, if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to actually answer. Also, we have a team in in2synergy team as well in Portsmouth. Once actually the students actually will be coming to UK, we'll be as well as support them to settle in UK. This is thank you from me. Thank you.
Okay, could you say final notes from Mr. Martin Booth, please?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first thing to say is that there's obviously been lots of very nice questions in the questioning. We're running a little bit out of time, but I can absolutely assure you, and I'm sure you're going to say that we will answer those questions. So be completely assured. Lots of things around English, testing, scholarships, and those types of things. So the in2synergy team will respond to everyone. But I just wanted to reiterate that, the UK is in a very good situation in terms of the pandemic. The city is a great city. I absolutely assure you of that for Bangladeshi students. The university is an excellent university, which will give you an excellent career opportunity. And I think some of the statistics that we talked about really back that up. But I just really want to say that, we really are very, very serious about helping and supporting students to come and join us at the university, in partnership with in2synergy. And it's an absolute pleasure to be able to join everyone here today. And I very much look forward to welcoming students here, either in Leicester or as we talked about, perhaps even myself in Bangladesh in the not too distant future. Thank you very much.
Mr. Joe, can you put your final comments?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So just kind of reiterating Martin's points there. We are very happy to be working closely with in2synergy, of course, and we do see, the Bangladeshi students are adding real value to not only the university but also the city of Leicester itself. And I just say that if you are interested in studying here, we would just advise that you consult with in2synergy, of course, Mohammad, Sufian, and his team, and they can help you move the application forward further. And if you have any queries, of course, they can help you and support you. And we look forward to welcoming you here, of course, at the Montfort University in the not too distant future. And inshallah, I hope that you all have a blessed Ramadan and stay safe during these tough times.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. Thank you, Mr. Joe, for your time and for the nice presentation, for the constructive information for the Bangladeshi students. And the students, those who are watching our video, and I will request you to share your timeline and your friends and your others, relatives, those who are interested to study in UK, they will get benefit by this information or by this session, Facebook Live session. So thank you, Mr. Martin. Thank you, Mr. Joe. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, everyone. Look after yourselves. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.